Hello, lovely humans. You know, if I'm starting it off looking like this, we're in for a day. It is Saturday morning. I am due for a hair wash, but today is the first day in quite some time that the high is only gonna be like mid-90s. And so it's not even 90 degrees yet. So I'm gonna go spend some time working in the garden with my, I was looking for these, what? With my handy dandy tool belt. I love this thing. I've got my twine in here for tying up plants. I've got my little mini flamethrower for the squashity bugs, my hori, my temperature gauge, 2 different types of shears, my gloves. Yeah, and I even have a spot if I want to like take another gardening tool out. To get all hooked up, let's go check out the garden. Look who I found. It's a moose in the wild. Hi, sweet baby. Oh, you see the horsey? Daddy and kiddos are working on the horse electric fence today because June keeps getting out. She's currently staked. So she's got a halter on and so she can't go anywhere, but yeah. We're tired of having issues with this electric fencing. The garden is, well, finally producing tomatoes. This is my cherry tomato plant. Actually, there's 3 of them in here. And from what I understand, I think tomatoes, at least from my research, from talking to other people, they just have a really rough time in Texas in the middle of summer. So I'm assuming that we're probably gonna have a pretty intense harvest in a little bit because there's a ton. Oh, see, look, this one's falling over. I've basically lost all of my cucumbers to some sort of pest. I didn't even look it up. I just let them die. See how this leaf right here? It's got black spots on it. Those were kind of all over the entire thing. There's one right here. Oh gosh, we've got to burn some boxes. I don't know what pest that is, but I'm also not doing anything to take care of it, so. Oh, you. Sorry, you're about to meet your maker. What are you doing? Did Dad put you on the horsey? A pat, pat, pat. Look at your rosy cheeks. Do you love it? Where's Liv?
She's going around the fence line that way.
Oh, okay.
They're replacing clips.
Nice. Good job, guys. Tomato hornworm. Actually had multiple in the garden. So now I gotta go back through and trim off where they ate off all the leaves, just so I don't constantly think I have a current infestation. I'm very hands-off when it comes to pruning. Mostly because I have a ton of tomato plants. Like I definitely overdid it. So I'm gonna try to trellis this bad boy sideways, because there is one right here, but it's so small that it's really not doing much. So if I can train this one this direction, then I can get these top pieces, you can kind of see them, it goes all the way up to here. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get these to kind of vine sideways. I don't know how effective that's gonna be, but because we've lost all the foliage down here, this is the only area that's gonna produce fruit. And these will be green zebras. And here's actually why I love the zip ties, because this is easily moved like this, because the next plant over, hello, the next plant over is also pretty giant. Zip ties, twist ties, you know what I'm saying. Uh-oh, goats are out. If they get in my garden, I will lose it. Going all the way out this direction, like into the walkway by, I don't know, 2 feet. So I'm gonna see if I can trellis it over sideways to go into that gap that I just made. Millie. Are you enjoying your wander?
She decided it would look better on her.
Oh.
All everywhere instead of in her mouth.
Decided she wanted to wear it. It's time for a shower.
I can explain.
Please do.
We'll try this.
Oh, Millie. Kids are getting a little lesson in using an impact.
Oh, it's the wrong side.
Oh, is it a star bit?
Yeah, it's work. But that's okay. We just won't take those out. We'll just add more to it.
Here, Silas.
Alright.
You want to film this so I can get baby?
Alright, so I'm going to put that, screw it in there.
I got it.
Right.
Get it, girl. Daddy's hand is really far back, just in case the screw goes all the way through.
Perfect.
It won't touch his hand.
Okay.
Smart, huh?
Yeah.
Good job.
Push.
Push. There you go.
There you go. Keep going. So ideally, you don't want to drill directly into the grain like this, like what we just did. But I'm just putting a bunch of screws in there for the heck of it.
Okay, can it be my turn? And that's about
excited? Yeah.
Take over.
Yeah, good thing
Or-
there's,
yeah.
you guys can each do a leg.
You want to help me out real quick?
I'm hungry.
Wait, Isabella, where are you?
And we're gonna
Thanks, guys.
and then we're doing some-
1, 2, 3, cheese.
Hungry. Hungry.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your addition.
All right, you finish it, okay?
Girls, notice how Dad's hand is really far back? Just in case, so right now he's okay to hold it there, but just in case the screw comes through, it'll get his hand.
Yeah, push down. There you go. Perfect. All right, I'll help you start this one. Go ahead.
Huzzah! Actually just got off a phone call with a rescue up in the Dallas area. Long story short, there's someone near us who is rehoming their deaf and mostly blind dog. And so I was on the phone with the rescue to help kind of like arrange the pass off. I'm super excited for this dog to just go live her best life because on a highway, it's just not safe for her. But because I was so excited about talking to this rescue, I completely forgot to pull all of the produce from the garden when I was out here earlier. So I figured, let's come out for a harvest. And once I do this, I'm gonna go sit down because it is hot. We had a random rain last night, so I'm 0% surprised to see this split. This usually happens after a big rain. But everything is ripening so randomly on these that I'm only getting like 1 or 2 tomatoes at a time. Once they've started to turn color, they are good to pick. You can let them ripen on the vine, but a lot of backyard gardeners do not do that because then they start to attract all the animals, which you don't want. So I try to get them when they start turning a little bit of a different color. Now obviously that yellow pear is pretty yellow, so that sat out here for a little too long. See any others? I don't know what that is. It's some sort of berry. Looks like currants. Actually really looks like currants. Look at this one right here. I think this is a Homestead 24. So cute. Yeah, this garden's about to go off this fall. Oh my gosh. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull this so the plant doesn't keep expending energy on a tomato that a hornworm already got to. Maybe the chickens will take it. Got some red pear, just starting to yellow, so I'll let them ripen inside. One more over here. I feel like these sprung up out of nowhere. Look at this. Oh, That's a decent size. That is a straight neck summer squash. I'm gonna give that another day. Not much, but it's food. I am planning to do a fall garden, which I'm really excited about because I didn't get any peas or cauliflower or broccoli this year at all. So I've got all of this over here. Those are peas, cabbage, and pak choi. And then different kinds of lettuce here, and then a couple different kinds of chard, collards, and then broccoli and cauliflower at the back. I also want to start maybe a couple more root vegetables, but I think I'll do those direct sown into the ground. I'm also hoping I can get some potatoes in the ground, but it's just been so hot that I've been not motivated to do it at all. But I have a couple of potatoes that have started to sprout, so I'm like, oh, I've got beds that are available. They've got some sand in them. I think I can do those there. It's just working up the motivation when it's so hot. It's so hard. Who's that? Who's that baby? Is that my baby? Oh, my hair just popped out. Well, not my hair. We are crooked. Hold on. What are you doing? It's a couple hours later. Oh, I forgot to put anything. I forgot to put anything on my face. I did a middle of the day shower because that's my jam. Okay, I know some of y'all like morning showers. I know some of y'all like night showers, but with this thing, middle of the day is where it's at for me. And now I need to figure out, hello son, how I'm gonna cook dinner with this thing right here. Yeah. She's being a Velcro baby at the moment. The girls did have her for quite a little bit so I could get a shower done. And about every 6 to 12 months I get a wild hair thinking that I have curlier hair than I actually do. So I'm currently plopping after using all of the definitely toxic curly hair products that I have under my sink. And then using the Denman brush to brush it out to see if I could get any sort of something. Oh, so we'll find out together later. But I'm supposed to be making something called no, we're not spilling. But I'm supposed to be making something called ossobuco tonight, which is a cut of beef that I've never tried until, mop it up with your bread, until we got our half cow from a local rancher. It is so good. I can literally take it from frozen, just defrost it in hot water for a little bit, sear it on both sides, and then cook it in the Instant Pot for an hour. It's phenomenal. Do you want to get down? But it's a little bit more hands-on than I can do while holding baby. So maybe I'll go check in with Elias to see what his plan is. He's outside installing all the electrical. If you've been following along, he and his dad, and Silas helped out too, trenched all around the property to get water into the garden, into the greenhouse, to the horse pasture, and over to the goat barn, which is nuts. But on top of that, he also trenched electrical to those locations, as well as a couple of big trees we have on the property for like Christmas lights and things like that. So he's currently working on finishing out the electrical boxes, which I could not be more excited about. But it does put a little bit of a wrench in the plan for this evening because I have no idea what I'm gonna be cooking for dinner. But she seems to have walked away at the moment. So maybe I'll go put some lotion, serum, the stuffs on the face, and if she's still content, I'll try pulling it off. What are you doing? Not bothering me, so keep it moving, Jamie. I have the meat out. I generously salted and peppered each side, and now I'm going to saute it in the Instant Pot. The recipe that I've used in the past calls for some sort of olive oil or something, but I'm gonna go straight with tallow because I think it tastes better. Here's where we're at. Just finished cooking up, at least just searing both flat sides of that. Tossed in a little bit of beef broth to deglaze the bottom of this pan, and I'm gonna let this simmer down for just a few before adding diced onions and diced carrots. And then I saved all the end pieces from this. And tonight we're going to start one of my favorite things in the world. It's called scrap stock. I I have not made this, at least not on camera, in a really long time. So what we tend to do is once we're done roasting an entire chicken, we save everything, the whole carcass, and toss it into a freezer bag. My husband keeps throwing them into the silicone bags even though you're not supposed to put meat in them. It's okay, it's fine. And I also save all of my stock scraps. So as you can see, it's onion skins, it's like the ends of onions, the ends of carrots, same with celery. I also save garlic ends and garlic skins. All of this has a ton of nutrition in it, which is wild. I absolutely love scrap stock because it makes me feel like I'm making something really delicious out of trash. Also, it makes me feel like this is like the most homesteadery activity I could be doing. So we've got plenty of chicken saved up. Not a ton of veg, but that's okay. This is just gonna infuse some flavor and nutrition, and then I can toss in those from tonight's dinner. So as you cook, if you cook with celery, onions, garlic, carrots, anything that you would typically throw into a stock, simply just keep a bag in the freezer and add to it over and over again until you get a full bag. Then you can make yourself stock. So you can do this with chicken, without chicken. I've done this with beef bones. I've done this with ham bones, especially after the holidays. I will usually save the bone from the spiral ham and make ham stock that will last me the entire year because we don't use it that often. Bonnie is outside and does not want to be. So she gets yippy. So we will be doing this as well. And it sounds like this is cooked down enough to move on to cooking our veg. And after I've allowed these to kind of cook down a little bit, I will be adding in our minced garlic, but this will cook a lot faster than the veg will. How's that for a camera angle? Woo, it's like you're in the dish. Our onions. Hey, can you go let Bonnie in, please? Yeah. Whoa. Oh no, I steamed up my camera. So with the Instant Pot, it kind of pulls around the edges. So I kind of toss it around to make sure everything's well coated, and now everything looks kind of dry, so I'm gonna put even more tallow in there. I don't know, like a tablespoon and a half? You measure with your heart, okay? I feel like another big thing that I've learned this year is to season in layers. I don't know who said it, what chef show I was watching, or what YouTube short, or whatever it was, but someone talked about seasoning in layers, where you do salt and pepper, or whatever seasoning you have throughout the cooking process. It actually doesn't make things overly salty, it just changes the depth of flavor. So ever since I started doing that, I feel like it's really upped my game. So if you feel like every time you cook something, it's just not quite right, try seasoning in layers. You think we learned it from MasterChef Junior?
Or MasterChef.
Oh my goodness, this smells so good. Another thing about cooking is sometimes you just have to let it sit. It's not gonna cook if you keep stirring it around. You have to let it sit at the bottom of the pan, which I'm gonna go ahead and do. So while that is sauteing, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the kitchen as much as I can, because I can. Because I don't wanna do it when the meal's over. Things started to move really fast there for a minute, so I stopped filming, but here is what we're currently working with. I tossed in diced tomatoes, tomato paste, about a cup of beef broth, a lot of seasoning, apple cider vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, more salt, more pepper, and I kept tasting the broth because you want it to taste really good at this point. You shouldn't depend on the cooking of the meat to make everything taste incredible. It should taste good at this point. But I kind of botched showing you guys that recipe. Oh, my father is FaceTiming me. Randomly been turned into a curly-haired girly, but I did get some pretty awesome volume out of my hair this time around. Still a little damp right here, but whenever my hair is like this, I can't help but like flip it back and forth repeatedly, like a teenage surfer boy. Sorry, the vlog got the battery's dying. Perfect. Sorry the vlog got a little choppy there for a minute. Usually bedtime with baby right now is a little bit rough. We have a false start bedtime, which means she falls asleep and usually about 30, maybe 40 minutes later, she wakes up and we have to do the whole process all over again. So that ran into dinner time tonight, and it just kind of all frankly fell apart from there. But that's okay. I know this is a season in life. It's just a tiring one. So me and my wavy hair are gonna go ahead and leave the vlog here, you guys. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. I feel like a Kenny G knockoff.